Mirasee.
Hi, I'm Joe Lublin, and you're listening to Making It. I run a business called Promising Promotion, and we help you get more visibility using publicity as a wonderful marketing tool. Starting in the music business, which really was my first foray, I ended up being able to help, musical groups and artists. I worked at 4 independent record labels as the director of promotion and publicity. So that was super great. And really able to just make a big difference, so that I could simply and easily support others to create that ongoing visibility. And then I opened up my own PR agency, and I was able to serve people in a different way. And then I started with my first book, Guerrilla Publicity, which is now in its 3rd edition. Hey, guess what? Once I knew that I could help entrepreneurs, that's where my heart went. And now I teach virtual publicity courses. So it's been an evolution. I always wanted to be an attorney. And for some reason, I thought that was going to make a big difference and that I'd be able to really help people. So I spent my whole, really childhood and into adult life and college working to get into law school. And then I got to law school and, I didn't like it very much because I've got a highly creative mind, which is great for promotion and publicity, not so great for law school. What was funny about that was I ended up in law school discovering my true path, which is publicity. And I learned so much about perception and how perception is everything. So, frankly, it took me the right way. It just took me a circuitous way to get to what I'm doing today, which is probably true for most of us. I believe that for me, there's always new elevations and new heights, but certainly when I had my first book out, Guerrilla Publicity, I've got 4 now. The latest is called The Profit of Kindness. But when my first book came out, I have to tell you, I think opening up my books and seeing that was super exciting. And then going to a book signing at a major Barnes and Nobles, my poster was in the front, that sort of big poster with a big face. And I'm like, oh my God, there I am. And it was kind of that moment of, I felt like how when chicks are born and they peck out of their cute little shells. That's a little bit how I felt, but it was exciting and dynamic. And certainly I felt very honored and blessed to be, having a book. And that I think was the first big sign to me. Making it means so much more than just, financial, although of course that's a good representation of how you're doing. But it also is about having a rich life in friendship, in contribution, in self-care, in my relationships and friendships generally. I think, to me, it's about being fully self-expressed and doing what I love and loving what I do, which I am blessed to say is true for me. It doesn't mean some days are a little difficult or whatever. I have my challenges. We all do. But I will tell you, I love what I do. That makes a big difference. I was sitting in bed because I couldn't do anything else with 2 broken ankles and feeling kind of, low and wondering, why did this happen? What did God have in store for me? And one of the things I realized is that I love publicity. I love the positive aspect of getting your name out there and the opportunity to create that visibility. And so with that, I decided to do a TV show called Messages of Hope. And so with Messages of Hope, what I was able to do was really reach people with just that, hopeful messages, interviewed amazing people, some you've heard of, just amazing people who made a big difference, and that's just been a real wonderful thing I've been able to do. I have like over 80 shows recorded. I recorded them all for free in my local non-commercial TV station, which many people have around the world available to them as a resource. And I actually use this as a teaching tool in my publicity course because people don't even realize that you can do this. So it's wonderful. And then I get to repurpose them and I have a YouTube channel with it. And, everything just keeps working together. And how wonderful is that, right? First of all, generally about making it. I mean, here's the truth. If you feel successful, if you feel like you wake up every day like I wake up and I say, I love what I do and I do what I love. I say 5 things I'm grateful for in the morning and 5 things I'm grateful for at night. And I say them out loud, by the way. I don't have a journal. I mean, for me, that's just one more thing to do. So I just say them out loud, and that feels good to me. You know, I think that we all have to have ways that we can measure ourselves that we're making it without external, oh, you're so great and you're making it, because, who knows if that's going to come? Who knows, right? So I do think it's important that you self-generate your making it, that we are, shall we say, sometimes, well, a little hard on ourselves. I don't know about you all listening, but I know I am. And I think entrepreneurs in general are a little bit hard on themselves. They tend to be, a little more demanding of themselves and of others. Because, to make it as an entrepreneur, you kind of have to be that way, realistically. I remember Oprah Winfrey, my gosh, she made everyone sign non-disclosure agreements to work with her. She was a high perfectionist, and she had an amazing show and a great success, and something to really show for it. She's one of my heroes, so I look at how is she in the world, and yeah, she was very demanding. So I think that the thing to demand from yourself is sometimes a little more ease, a little more grace, a little more stop and pat yourself on the back, smell the roses, take that walk, call a friend, hug your cat and your dog and whoever else and your family, and, take a moment to really enjoy. So that's just something I've been working on lately. It's like, oh, what do I have to celebrate today? Like, what can I just celebrate? And that is making it to me. And let me tell you, there are times that I don't feel positive, like everybody, that I get down, or I don't know if it's worth it anymore. I have all those thoughts that everyone has, but I've learned how to manage them. If I want to do I'll call it a boohoo moment, I'll get in bed, I'll boohoo, I'll take the day off, watch movies, take a walk, and I understand how to manage myself more. And yeah, keeping a positive attitude sometimes takes focus and a lot of work, but that doesn't mean that I don't have weeks or days or, times of difficult periods. I've just learned how to manage them the best possible way. And guess what? Even when you make it, you're going to have some days that, are just tough. I think the quicker we all learn to just be with that and be okay, the better off we're all going to be. I'm Jill Lublin, and you've been listening to Making It. You can find me with a wonderful free gift for you and a great virtual publicity masterclass that's free for you. You can find that at publicitycrashcourse.com/free gift.
Making It is part of the Mirasee FM podcast network, which also includes such shows as Course Lab and Once Upon a Business. This episode of Making It was produced by Danny Bermant and Geoff Govertsen. Cynthia Lamb is supervising producer. Danny Eny, that's me, is executive producer. Post-production by Post Office Sound. To catch the great episodes that are coming up on Making It, please give us a follow on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening right now. And if you like the show, please leave us a starred review. It's the best way to help us get these ideas to more people. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.